Looks like we're still waiting on a couple of the players, but this is going to be the Alpha X Team League. Tonight, Alpha X, we are covering Alpha X playing against Eternal Sunshine. I am F equals MA, and I am joined here with Xenodactyl.
Hello, hello.
Who is currently tracking down players, making sure that everyone is ready to rock and roll. Bum, bum, bum.
Do we have one ready? Do we have two ready?
Do we have two ready indeed? These are the real questions.
StarCraft. There we go.
All right, we're getting into this game. I guess we won't technically know if the stream's working for another minute. But, I'm sure that it is. And let's go ahead and get into it. How's your day been?
Pretty good. I've won most of my games, but I haven't actually played on my higher MMR accounts, so... Yeah, the only game I lost so far today was one that I forgot which account I was on, so I did the wrong thing to start, and then I was just like, what build am I doing? I have no idea.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well,
anyhow.
Yeah, let's get to this game here between these two players. Would you like to kick us off?
Yeah. Spawning in the upper right as the teal Terran. For Alpha X Nearism, it is the Detwild.
It's got that nice new command center skin. Oh, hold on. Looks like we are live. I do need to mute that. There we go. Okay. And spawning in the bottom left-hand side as the red Zerg representing Eternal Sunshine, it is Mobius. Yeah, my latter day was pretty good. I overall, let's see, what was my I think my win rate was pretty decent. Probably actually a little bit negative, but it was made up for the fact that I beat a 5.7k player, so that was nice. Got a fair bit of MMR from that.
Yeah, it's like some 700 plus.
Yeah, point differential.
Yeah.
So, give me a nice, I think, like 40 something points, almost 50 points.
Nice.
All right, so far in this game, everything's looking pretty standard here. Detweiler going for that kind of one Rax expand. On the other side, Mobius taking the hatchery and then getting that gas and pool. As the pool finishes up, we should see 100 gas, just the right amount to start that speed.
Games, but I haven't actually played on my higher MMR accounts, so...
Oh, interesting. For some reason, I muted this stream, and when the ad came, so I muted it when the ad showed up, but then like when it started, when it actually went live, it like unmuted it again. Like, oh dear. All right. So Reaper making its way across the map now. I didn't see, I guess, was there a drone that was harassing? I don't know why the Reaper was so delayed here. Maybe it's just...
I'm not sure. Maybe he was just playing it safe. Sometimes you'll see, like, when someone plays someone that they think they're clearly better than, they'll just keep their Reaper at home for, like, an extra moment to scout around or wait for, like, quicklings.
Yeah. But of course, that's not the case here.
Saw everything on the pool time. So.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, if he didn't quite block this third hatchery, but actually, has Detweiler? Yeah. TJ did scout that command center, or not command center, that hatchery. speaking of command centers, the command center in the natural for the Detweiler has turned into an orbital command, calling down mules now. We got some Hellions, 2 Hellions out already, and with the starport finishing up, I think we might see a quadruple Hellion drop. Stim's on the way, but you know, could be 4 Hellions loaded up here or something. I mean, he might also just run it by, right?
Yeah, I think it's more common for the Hellions to just come towards the front, and we are seeing the Viking as opposed to a, at least for this matchup, anyhow.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
All right,
I guess my dog at it again.
Indeed. Well, with the completion of the 4 Hellions, Factory's going to lift off, and it looks like we're going to see some bio play here. Stim is about halfway done, and 2 more racks is being added on, and one of them being put down on that reactor. Hellions coming up. They're going to roast a couple Lings. Not actually get any kills. just make a lot of Lings very red. So far, the only thing to go down is the Reaper that went back into the main. And actually, after the Reaper was denied, we see the layer going down in the natural.
Oh.
Interesting that he chose to put it in the natural instead of the main.
To be honest, I kind of like that. Like, just as a general thought. Because the main is, like, more susceptible to drops, and the natural is, like, the culmination of all your rallies anyway. So, like, it's probably the safest place to make a lair in general when you're playing Zerg. Like, that's just how I feel.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Nice positioning here by the Detweiler, moving his Hellions around so that when they attack the Queen, they pop the other little creep tumor that was envisioned but then hidden away. And I think the patch change to make creep tumors light is definitely helping, you know, Reapers and Hellions get the creep slowed down a little bit in the early game. That's not stopping Mobius.
Still on the 3rd base locations for TJ.
Yeah. We don't see another command center in production. It's not like he's, you know, waiting to float it out. So I think, I mean, as he makes this big push across the middle, maybe he'll go out to try to expand.
Yeah, it kind of looks like he's more focused on this timing, and
I mean,
I feel like if he wanted to do this, I would have liked to see him clear creep a little bit better. This is going to be slightly difficult to find a good angle.
Yeah, and he like stopped making SCVs for a minute there, and then just made 2 more. Now we see a command center going down. It's being made inside the natural base. These Marines, the Lings just attacking the supply depot there, but we do have a big engagement here. Lings getting a full surround, not quite. A lot of Marines falling to those Banes, but all of the tanks are still here. And we do have a fair number of Marines still alive at the front. And that means Detweiler is going to be able to push on in to this 3rd base, and he's already killed 6 drones. I think all of these drones are going to go down. Should see these tanks sieging up soon. And
yeah, that was a fantastic pullback of his bio as the Banelings and Lings were coming to clean that. He moved back behind the tanks, let them, well, tank. And yeah, I mean, he didn't get the base, which I think he definitely would have wanted. I think if he gets the base, that's like a win condition already. But
sure.
He cleared so much of the army, and he still has this push going. He's going to look for those Banelings, getting right on top of them, forcing a lot of them to cease to exist.
Yeah, that's a way to put it. Forcing them to cease to exist.
I was going to say cancel, but it's like, well...
They just gotta die, yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't get that other hatchery, but I think this hatchery definitely is going to go down, and I mean, we have a huge number of Lings being produced from the Zerg player. A couple of Banelings are on the low ground here. And we do Okay, picking up most. I think so. I mean, Burrow is researched here.
Okay.
So I think there were a couple of banelings that were burrowed in the ground.
Consolation.
But now he's going to need this nice choke, and these Marines are just going to shred through a fair number of these lings before picking up and flying out.
Overall, I mean, he's up 30 supply. Most of that is, well, actually, it's pretty even between the army and the workers. So, like, he's in a very comfortable position on both fronts.
Yeah. Now Mobius is, throwing down 2 more hatcheries, so going up to 5 total hatcheries. So, if Detweiler doesn't keep this pressure up, there's a chance that Mobius can claw their way back into this game. I guess the stuff on the right, yeah, barely going around those 2 little broad banelings.
Yeah. At least they give vision for this, I guess, but there's no saving this.
Yeah, gonna force a cancel on this hatchery. The 4th base is gonna finish, but the question is whether or not Mobius can hold on to the base here at the 3rd. Now, Centrifugal Hooks is finished. They're trying to run in. We're gonna need some splits here. Okay, a few Marines do fall, but the tanks are fine, and most of the Marines make it out. And
yeah, that was not good for the Zerg.
And I think we are going to...
not long for the world either.
Yeah, with that, the hatchery is certainly going to fall. And Detweiler in a beautiful position here. All the drones, or most of the drones, did make it out. They transferred over to that newly finished high ground location. These Marines just continue to stream forward, and that's going to be it. Mobius GGing out, and Alpha X takes game number 1 in this series.
All right, I am going to abandon you for a moment.
That is right.
As I am going next.
All right. Well, we will catch you later, friend. And from here, we are going to climb into our next game. So currently, we are 1-0 in favor of Alpha X. This is the Alpha Team League. And the match that we're doing right now is going to be Alpha X versus Eternal Sunshine. So next up, we do have, let me refresh this here. We have Eternal Empire as our map, and it's going to be Xenodactyl versus Endless TV. So we'll have to see what these players have in store for one another. Endless TV, a Terran player. Xenodactyl, a Protoss player. Thought I was in the right channel. Seven, 3, 3, 1. Ah, the space. Put a space in there. Boom. All right, here we go. So now we got everyone in here. Like I said, this is going to be Endless TV, so let's invite them. Oh, I can't quite invite them to the game. They are set to away. Looks like our host is going to invite the opposing player. All right. Should see. Apparently, Endless TV was away earlier. Hopefully, they are back. There we go. They've landed in the game. And I think with that, we are ready to rock and roll. Yeah, actually, let me get Detweiler, invite to game. Let me call the Detweiler up in Discord. Yeah, I will do that very shortly here. Detweiler, where you at? Where you at? I guess if I just go to your Discord, that might be the fastest way to find you. Boom, call.
Hey, man.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well, doing well. I'm
Good game on
excited to
that
get to
first
cast some of this.
Yeah.
I've never done this before, but I thought, hey, we got TVP, we got our boy Zeno, that might be fun.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen. All right, so
You gotta do the intros, though.
we got to split it 50-50.
Okay, then you go first. I'll do the other one.
All right. Spawning in the top right-hand side of Eternal Empire. Up currently 1-0 in this best of 5. It is our yellow Protoss player representing Alpha X. It is Xenodactyl.
And spawning in the bottom left corner, his team is down 1-0. The Teal Terran Endless TV.
Perfect. Now I see this pylon placement for Xenodactyl, and I think I know what he's going to do. But what do you think this sneaky SCV is up to?
Sneaky SCV this early in the game, I think, can only mean one thing. We're going to see 2 proxy barracks, or at least a second proxy barracks on the other side of the map.
Yeah. For sure. I like this that he's got one at the ramp, right, to make it look like everything's, everything's fine. But then it's going, well, okay, so he does start it.
Yeah, we'll see how he responds. It's going to be really important because his second set of units will be, oh shoot, he loses the probe. That's bad.
Yeah, I think Xenodactyl panicking a little bit there. Doesn't quite get the location that he wants. We should see a couple cancels on these pylons here. Definitely that one as well. Trying to figure out what the backup location is.
Ooh, the sneaky pylon. I'm really curious how Endless is going to handle this because he now has that second barracks on the other side. Oh man, this control from the the SCVs is making it really tough for that cannon rush.
Yeah, great defense there by Endless TV. Seeing that other probe and, like you said, controlling very well, blocking and keeping Xenodactyl from doing any shenanigans.
Absolutely. I was curious here. I think what the original plan for these barracks is, it was going to be like the 2 barracks Marauder since he's gone for double gas. I was kind of expecting a tech lab, but now that the cannon rush has been thwarted and things kind of got all messed up, I'm surprised to see a reactor.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be Reapers, just like a lot of Reapers. He's making one at home.
Oh, double reactor? Oh, this must be Reapers.
Yeah. I mean, he's got all this gas, right? He's got six SCVs on gas. No factory in sight.
No factory.
Marines don't take gas. Last time I checked.
Well, I mean, if Zeno can pick up on what our Teal Terran is putting down, a couple of cannons might. Oh, it's Marines. Okay, I'm completely lost now. I have no idea what's happening.
He's making a proxy factory, but I feel like this early, if you're gonna have 2 reactor barracks, I don't know why you need all of that gas. You want a couple more?
I think he's just kind of pulling this together on the fly. The cannon rush definitely disrupted what he was trying to do. And is Zeno going to see this?
Not quite.
Oh, he just misses it. Oh, that's going to hurt.
That poor probe is going to lose his job tomorrow.
Oh,
Not quite getting the information sent home that was needed.
Man, I think he really needs to scout the natural here. If he just had builds one adept, or at least that scouting probe had just gone a little bit more towards the opponent and got some scouting information, I think it would paint quite a nice picture.
Yeah, so I imagine we're going to see tanks come out of this factory. Starport coming down with all these Marines. I've got to...
Oh, he's even proxying the starport, it looks like, yep.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. This is gonna hurt. I don't know. Currently, the only production structures Xenodactyl has is the 1 gateway. Warp gate is halfway done, and there's a robo that's almost done. And we don't have a shield battery.
He doesn't have too many Marines, so I think Oh, I don't know. It's all has to do with scouting here. Xeno just doesn't know what's coming. If he knows what's coming, a couple cannons and an immortal and a couple zealots, might be able to pull something off here. But this is starting to look kind of dire.
Yeah, he's got one cannon at the front. He's going for +1 attack, and he's still not making any units.
Boy. Well, here come the Marines from this proxy location. Xeno's just completely blind. And there's nothing at home. This is super all in out of Endless TV. He's supply blocked, and he's stuck at 47 supply. So I think this is going to be it.
Yeah. I think it might be enough, though. I mean, finally we have a battery coming down. Oh, his observer first. Does this observer quite spot it?
It's going to see it now.
Yeah, a little late. The Adept, I guess, escapes with its life from that shade.
Oh, what's a Warp Prism going to do here?
Oh.
I think Xeno's just straight up dead. If this battery finishes, we can see if the super battery is that good, but it's not gonna last.
Turns out that super battery in and of itself does not shoot.
Oh, here we go. Oh man, just look at the supply. I think that tells the whole story here. Failed cannon rush into no scout. It's just wow. He's even blocked his Marines at home. He's got the depots up, so he can't even bring the Marines. He's not even gonna need it.
Yeah. Little unlucky. The probe almost went over there and scouted the proxy location. But even if this had been, created inside the Terran's base and walked across the map, I think Xeno still would have been in pretty uncomfortable position here.
Yeah, it would have been very tough. Xeno just was so blind for this game. I think he was just he was hoping Terran would go back and just be honorable and go for a macro game, and he had a chance to get back, but that is not the case. It was just full-on aggression.
Now, he manages to kill the one tank. He's trying to stay in this, but as the second tank sieges up...
Oh, man, there's just not a lot you can do with only 2 gateways.
Yeah.
The Liberator now in production for Endless, even if somehow Xeno holds this off, and there's the GG.
Well done by Endless TV. Good hold.
Evens out the series.
Yeah, we are now tied 1-1.
Well, I'll get out of here. Thanks for letting me co-cast. This was fun.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll let the professionals take over.
Hey, there's no reason why we can't have 3 people casting. You want to stay on?
I could stay on for another game, but don't look to me because if there's no Terran in it, my knowledge of this game drastically decreases.
All right. Here's what we're gonna go ahead and do. Let me see if I can. Just invite Xeno to this call. I don't know if that's how Discord works. We might have to climb into a channel.
That's fine. Then just tell me where to go.
Yeah, just head on over to my channel, climb into one of the voice chats, and I'll drag you into a
sounds good.
A locked one. All right. Let me message Xeno and let him know.
Yeah, I'll let you most of the talking, but if I have anything remotely important to say, I will definitely chime in.
Oh, for sure. We are not the authorities on anything. So, just a couple cannon rushers.
Just a couple cannon rushers.
Yeah. Where is? Okay, here's the easiest way to do it.
I was secretly hoping I'd get a TVP in my series because I've got some cheeky builds planned.
Oh yeah.
Oh buddy.
I'll have to hit you on ladder sometime, and we can find
I
out
know
what these
when I
are.
play you, it's a whole different ballgame. All the prep work goes out the window.
Oh, I see. All right. Let me make sure you get into this game as well. Invite to game. Oh, and I can change this.
So I'm just going to leave myself to observe you so that in the future we're commentating on the same stuff because I don't trust myself enough to click around the map.
All right, sounds good.
I'm going to miss stuff.
No worries. So Xeno, we're going to do a little 3-way casting here. TJ joined me for that last game. Oh man, your probe was so close to scouting that proxy.
Oh, there was a proxy. Okay.
Yeah. Your probe missed it by like 2 hexes. Like when you were checking the top left, if you just gone a little bit farther into the corner, you would have seen it.
Yeah. Okay. So I wasn't crazy. He does do that.
I think the biggest fallacy in that game was when you lost your probe because he just got trapped against the other pylon, and then the SCVs just
I
punched him.
misclicked my starting. So I was just on a really bad foot to start the game. But
Yeah, that was tough.
Okay, what are we doing here? This is the wrong player. There we go.
So we have ourselves a TVT. Is that what's up next?
Yep.
Nice. So we're gonna lean heavily on you.
Oh,
TJ.
I can share some. I can take care of this.
What was it? I was watching Home Story Cup, I think, and Big Gabe was casting with Roddy, and like anytime it was like a TBT series, and Gabe was just like, oh, the gas time, it's the gas. Let me talk about the gas time. And Roddy's just kind of shooting the shit at the beginning of the game. He's like, all right. Tell us, what does the gas mean? So.
Well, I'm not going to be Big Gabe material, but I can definitely share some of my knowledge in this matchup.
All right. Well, first, let's have both of you guys. Xena, you want to kick it off and introduce our first player here?
Sounds good. Spawning in the bottom left as the orange Terran for Eternal Sun. It is Toshiro.
And spawning in the top right location of eSun Chrome, we have the red Terran from Alpha X, Lanfear. So gas first out of both of our Terran players here. So this is going to be what I'm expecting to be quite an aggressive matchup. Lots of Reapers, lots of Hellions probably to start off this game. It'll kind of come down to who decides to take their CC first, but we're going to see things kick off on a bit of a fiery note, I think, here.
Yeah, for sure. I noticed you've been using, both of these players are using the new skins, although they're both
I love the
different.
new skin.
I saw you favor the one that Lanfear is using. Nice shiny one here. The quote Brood War CC drives me crazy because a regular command center, it looks exactly the same as a planetary.
Planetary and orbital, they all look exactly the same.
It's just so frustrating. I do
both. Go ahead.
It almost doesn't look like a CC anymore because it's like so round. It looks more like a hatchery almost.
Yeah.
Oh man. So mirrored openings to a T here, both going double gas. Are they both pulling out? No. Yes, they are, except nope. Literally, these builds are exactly the same. They've both gone Reaper first with the factory, and then pulled down to 3 gas. With the factories are almost identically in sync. If you even noticed that in production, like they're going to finish at exactly the same time. I wonder if we're going to see any one base play if the starport goes down or if someone's going to take a CC, because I've been experimenting a lot in this matchup, and lately I've just been finding that the one base aggression is just so much stronger, and there it is as soon as I say that Toshiro throws down his starport. So and Lanfear throws down his CC. So this is going to be Lanfear's game to defend, I think. As the Terran, who is being more aggressive, I think they have a lot more pressure to get some damage done, and if they don't, they're definitely going to be behind in an economic position.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I'm surprised both players opting to kind of stay at home with those 2 Reapers and the Hellion. Oftentimes we see those kind of poke out, see if they can deny the CC.
Yeah, another really interesting thing is both players have both decided that they are not going to SCV scout at all. Like, they're both completely blind as to what the other is doing. I mean, that's okay for Toshiro because he's going to be pushing across and attacking like 100% of the games with his opening regardless. But for Lanfear, I think it's a little bit more important because he's going to move out with this first set of units. And if he gets caught, it's going to be very bad because his tech is delayed. He won't have a starport. And it looks like, so it's the medevac version. So here we go, first engagement. They both decide to back off. Oh, no.
Oh, nice pick off on that first Hellion.
Yeah, good grenade.
So far, I think this is good for Lanfear. It's not. I was expecting a Liberator out of the starport. I didn't realize it was a medevac. So if it was a Liberator in this case, Lanfear went for a tank, and his Viking was late because of the starport being delayed, because he went for the CC. It could have been a problem. And I think with the tank, it's going to be a little more forgiving against the medevac.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lanfear doesn't see it. Here we go.
Line them up.
Oh, no. Oh, that could have been so bad.
Yeah, he sent them back, luckily. And they didn't immediately all die to one shot from the Hellions.
I clenched there. That was scary.
Yeah.
Every time you see Hellions in your mineral line, it's just a scary moment. I think for everyone, especially for you Protoss players, man, with those light armor probes.
Anytime there's any medevac over my probe line, I also...
Widow Mines, Hellions, it doesn't matter what's in it.
Yeah, you could send an empty one, and I just pull my workers and freak out and just panic. I was actually practicing...
The threat.
Yeah, I was practicing with Ace Jacks the other day. I'm trying to get my macro game better, and it was funny. The first couple games was like, all right, just do like the standard kind of like 2 mine drop thing. You know, timing comes in, as I'm taking my third, and I swear the first like 3 games, I did more damage to myself than if I had just like done nothing. Because they tried to pull my workers and they bunched up, and then the mine got even more of them. He's like, okay, don't do that. What you did there, don't do it.
I think the major key for defending Widow Mine drops, if you're as a Protoss player, is just paying really close attention to both your main and your natural. Because if you pull it right away, no damage happens. It's when you miss it and the mines are half burrowed and you pull it, that's when it gets scary.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm excited that both of these players look to be going for Marine Tank or some sort of bio style, because honestly, I'm getting really sick of the mech meta here in TVT. It's just been plaguing the ladder for a while, and with this map pool, I think it's just improved. Like, this is what I would call a quintessential mech map. There's just only chokes to every base, although there's a couple like attack paths. The chokes definitely make it hard for any bio player to push in.
So we see a ton of production coming out of Toshiro. Lanfear getting ready to just push.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's going on with Lanfear's production. It just seems like all of his barracks or his third CC is just really late. Like, you didn't take that much damage. You only lost 4 workers there. Might have been a big supply block. But yeah, if Lanfear jumps on this army, it's only 2 tanks. This could be very bad for Toshiro, apart from the Ravens, because he's got a huge Viking lead.
Yeah, the 3rd tank on the high ground I think could really help out. And I guess if those disables come out on the tanks, like you said, the Vikings should just be able to shut those down.
Oh man, these Ravens. Oh, the medevac goes down, trying to retreat. 1 Viking goes down. Oh, gets 1 turret.
Ooh, the Vikings are landing. I don't know if that was quite... Oh, we got to get that Liberator liberating. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I think Lanfear is going to lose. Oh man, he manages to keep 2 of the tanks alive. I'm not liking this position for Toshiro. Although his production's ahead, these tanks are going to be very troublesome.
Yeah, and with the Liberator support overhead, I mean, this is very hard to dislodge.
I think the only thing that Toshiro has going for him right now is that Lanfear is floating about 1,100 minerals and hasn't taken his 3rd. So if he manages to clean it up like he is, I think Toshiro is in a much better position. Very nice defense there.
And only losing 2 workers at the end of the day there, even though he pulled a bunch of SCVs to go fight the tanks. Yeah, Toshiro, very, very good hold there. Lanfear taking that 3rd command center now.
Yeah, I think if Lanfear had been macroing a little bit more behind that push, I very much preferred his position, because he got the siege tanks in a very good spot. And I'm not sure why he dived the bio, and he could have literally just lodged himself there, denied the gas, just hung out and just put the pressure. I think he just was overstepped his bounds a little bit. And now a double medevac drop loading up here for Toshiro. I like this a lot, actually.
Yeah, 3rd CC floating on over is going to land, and it's got plenty of energy to call down some mules.
Yeah, look at how tiny this dish is. Is this even an orbital command? Let's go. Let's go, Blizzard. Let's fix this.
I don't know. I feel like the orbitals are not as the planetary is like really problematic because it's like,
It actually
do
looks
I
identical.
attack this?
Yeah, the cannon's so little.
Yeah, it's like,
Couple toothpicks.
should I be
taped on.
fighting here? Double medevac drop in the name.
Yeah, it's diving in. Oh, auto turret. Oh, everything manages to get unloaded. Oh, this is very bad. Oh, 22 SCVs have been gone down for land fear. Oh boy.
Finally, one of the medevac dies, but the Marines are all still here, and it's like a dozen Marines versus 6. Finally, a tank shows up. But yeah, 21 workers. Oh, that was that was very optimistic mule call down there.
They were brave, but they paid. They're paying off. Two starting for our orange Terran. The really other unfortunate thing about that drop is that the +1 attack for Landfear was just seconds away. So not only were those Marines trading better because they had the medevac support, they were actually slightly ahead on upgrades. So that was just almost worst case scenario for Landfear.
He's roaming, Toshiro, but he scans and decides to back off for now.
Yeah, it's tough. This is why I think TBT is such a hard matchup. Is it's not only it doesn't really quite matter always if you have more units than your opponent. Like the macro is definitely an important part because if you're engaging someone like straight up, obviously more units wins. But in all these maps, they're very easy to defend with a few siege tanks. So a couple mispositioned attacks, and you just absolutely lose your whole army for the splash damage.
Things can go wrong so fast with a misstep.
Yep.
I really like Toshiro's map presence, though. I mean, he's got these Marines on each of the watchtowers. He's got one Marine just kind of chilling over here at this base, another one kind of running over to the far right-hand side to check for a fourth. He's got a lot of good vision here.
Yeah, I am liking Toshiro's position even more. Like the supply is greatly in his favor. We're looking at a superior economy from the drop. I've got a 4th command center coming down. Maybe it's a smidge late, but I don't think he has to worry too much after doing all that damage earlier in the game. But if you're Landfear here, I think you just want to sit, defend with your tanks, and just keep. You can't be out of position. You're gonna die.
I like how both sides are working together to break down these rocks there for a second.
Somebody is wrong.
Yeah, right. It's like both players can't want the same
I'm
thing.
attacking you. No, I'm attacking you. Oh, naked Marines versus Marines and tanks.
Not the fight that you want as Landfear. And I think with that, Toshiro realizes, okay, I can just push into the third base, trying to get his army all grouped together here.
Yeah, the only other thing I think you might consider doing if you're Toshiro, if you're worried about pushing into those tanks, which it looks like he might be considering, is loading up those medevacs and going to the main, and then when he respawns, you push the front. Because there is a tiny smidge on the top left side that's not guarded by a sensor tower. So that's where my mind would be if I was in Toshiro's position. What's the easiest way just to clean this up?
Yeah.
It's almost a bait, though, because there's like 3 missile turrets right in that.
Yeah.
But again, look at the chokes coming into Landfear's defense. Like, how do you push in to that tiny choke when you don't have air control? It's just tough. So hard. Oh, another choke.
Oh, some big siege tank shots here. Whew.
The return fire actually biting Landfear a little bit just from the sheer tank numbers.
And the Viking, I mean, even though it's not a huge number of Vikings, right? I mean, he's only got 3 Vikings, Landfear that is. Having those 3 as opposed to the 0 out of Toshiro did allow Landfear to kind of start pushing the medevacs back and deny vision of those high ground tanks.
Absolutely. It's a tough part of TBT too, is balancing your air control versus your non-air control, because if your opponent has 3 Vikings, you're like, oh, I can build more than that, and you go like 4 or 5, then your opponent, you keep going back and forth, and the next thing you know, you've got like 30 Vikings and no tanks, and the other guys just switch to Marines, and he stims under everything.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many little minuscule ways that you can throw and punch TBT games. It's just so challenging. But oh man,
This is a
this
massive
army just looks.
for Tushiro. I don't think Lanfear should.
Oh, I don't think this is aggressive. This is overstepping.
Oh, the concave. Oh my.
Oh my, that was not an efficient trade.
Yeah, those Marines just ran over everything that Lanfear had. Toshiro completely decimating that army, and now I think Toshiro is going to have the confidence to bust into this third base.
Just gonna walk straight up here, and I think he's just gonna kill him. That was really unfortunate for Lanfear because he was giving himself a chance by playing defensively, but oh, siege tanks are good units, guys.
And with this dislodging, I don't feel like Toshiro needs to push any farther. It's like kind of Lanfear's problem to figure out how to solve this.
Yeah,
but
and the medevacs are now gonna go. Oh, I thought those were going to the main.
he may have thought about it and then saw the Viking. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an aggressive stim.
Yeah, right into all of those tanks.
But he does manage to get half of them. I think if you're Lanfear, that's as much as you can really hope for, but he doesn't have a lot of other units remaining.
Yeah,
These medevacs.
the army supply, it's 124 to 24 in favor of Toshiro. And yeah, here we go. Finally, those medevacs ferry some of these Marines in, getting on top of the production here. And I think this game is probably not going to be lasting too much longer.
No, I can't imagine. You just gotta look at the writing on the wall here. The supply tells the whole story.
Backing off, Toshiro is feeling satisfied. I mean, he dislodged a base, he took out a ton of production, he's about double the total supply. Not that he can know that part for sure, but he can infer.
Yeah,
He's
if I
pretty
was,
maxed.
I was in Toshiro's position, I'd be pretty content. I think the only thing you want to worry about is if you stall. If Lanfear has been stalling this out and has like a hidden base of some kind, he could be in trouble for some sort of transition. But again, he doesn't know it. But Lanfear is just very, very broke.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's rotated around to the bottom side, and I like this. It's like, well, the only thing left is like if there's another base. So
Yeah, I like this scouting supply depot up at the top left. He's like, all right, if you're not there, where could you be? Got to be bottom right.
Absolutely. This is kind of where I think Toshiro should just be prepping any late game transition he chooses. Mass Vikings, battle cruisers, you know. He's got the whole map on lockdown. Just don't want to throw it away to a bad fight.
he's gonna maybe get this. Well, yeah, I don't think he can repair it if it flies over the.
Oh, Lanfear's trying to initiate a base trade, but Toshiro's not having any of it. He's just bringing everything home.
He has so many.
Oh, this overstim though. Oh my.
I think it's still going to be plenty here. The Vikings have killed off
GG.
32 workers on the other side. And
Man, I was a little worried for a second there with the overstim. If those tanks had been sieged a little faster, they would have killed all the Marines. That was that could have been bad.
yeah. But I think even at that point, right, Toshiro could have lost that base, and as long as he's rallying units to group up, he can hold his natural. Well played by both players there.
GG.
Ultimately, we did see. I think you mentioned at the beginning. It's typically the aggressive play has been more successful. I don't know if that came in too much. I think by the time the first engagement happened, both players had their command centers, but Toshiro opening up with the aggressive play and ends up taking the game.
Yes, I think StarCraft, TBT for sure, but StarCraft in general is much easier when you take the first step of initiative and you just kind of set the pace. So if you're going to be aggressive and start flying around the map and putting pressure on, it makes subsequent plays a little bit easier. For
sure. I mean, yeah, if your opponent's always on the back foot and they can't quite be left alone to their own devices, right? Just like, this is my build, this is what I was going to do. The more you can disrupt that, the better chance you are going to have of beating your opponent, for sure. So this is going to take us into game number 3 here. Current score is 1 for Alpha X, 2 for Eternal Sunshine. This is going to be Golden Wall, and this is going to be Kaiboy versus, is that Seal?
So is this going to be a ZVZ?
This is going to be a ZVZ.
So somebody raised their hand who knows anything about Zerg.
Everyone just kind of look around, look left, look right.
Crickets.
I know that this matchup is the most stressful matchup for me to watch. I think the main, not the main reason that I don't play Zerg, but a very strong factor for why I don't play Zerg is I'm afraid of ZVZ. Just like one Baneling ruining your day. Oh, Seal left the party.
Oh, he's back. So we're just waiting for Kaiboy.
Yeah. This Kaiboy, I don't see them in the channel. We will see. You tracking them down right now? Oh, there we go.
There. Oh, we're waiting. There we go.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I didn't say it during the game, but thank you so much, Captain Fernuck, for realizing that I had not changed the title. Turns out, I always forget this, but when you try to change the title within OBS, it doesn't actually change the title of the stream if you're not logged in. So had to do that the old-fashioned way with the exclamation title and have Nightbot help us out.
Right on. Oh, you use Nightbot? That's cool.
Yep.
I've written my own Twitch bot.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, I work as a programmer, so it was just like, oh, okay, let's see how this works.
Yeah, it's a fun project.
Absolutely. Golden Wall.
Yeah, ZVZ on Golden Wall, nonetheless.
What's everyone's opinion on this map?
You know, I hated it last season, and then I just always vetoed it and never played on it. I'm like, now I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's funky, but like, it's not as bad as Purity and Industry? Question mark.
I absolutely loathe this map.
I mean, I feel like you don't like weird maps in general.
No. Like, I mean, Purity and Industry was a strange map, but it was like I could play on it, and I did play on it. I have not played a game of Golden Wall in 2 seasons. I literally played, so when the season was starting, I played a couple practice games, and my friend 2Base muted me, and the mutas showed up before my Eng bays were even done, and you didn't literally just die on the spot. Yikes. And then the second game I ever played, someone someone Nidus swarm host me from the dead space underneath and into my main and killed everything, and that was
very scary on this map.
Man.
All right, introductions. I'm derailing. You guys go.
All right, spawning in the bottom right-hand side, representing Eternal Sunshine. It is your Red Zerg, currently 1 game away from victory. It is Seal.
And to the bottom left has the green player for Alpha X Nerazim. It is Kaiboy.
I'm a little annoyed with Kaiboy lately. I've been playing him on ladder, and he keeps roach-hulling me and stealing my points.
How that happens. It's always funny when
players going for hatches. Sorry to cut you off.
No. Perfect. Yeah, so far looking pretty similar.
Very popular in this matchup as well. So,
hatch first.
Roaches are very popular.
Oh yes. I've heard that is the entire meta. Roach Ravager.
Yeah, I mean, also it's very easy to wall the natural with the Warren and the Evo chambers. So, if he wants to just cut straight to roaches, the map does allow him to. Albeit that's not really taking full advantage of all the obscurities of the map, but
I have a friend, and I'm gonna give him a little bit of a shout out here because he absolutely loves this map. In my Discord, he has his own role for Golden Wall LE, and it just makes his name the same color as like the yellow tile set. Misery SC absolutely loves this map.
Yep.
He goes for like these 2 or 3 base tank pushes where he just flies everything over to like the mineral fields and just sieges his tanks, and it's just a never-ending tank push.
Yikes.
Oh, the Lings have been intercepted by Seal of Kaiboy.
Yeah, we see a Baneling's Nest coming down for Seal. No Bane's Nest out of Kaiboy. Kaiboy opting to go for the wall with the roaches.
Yeah, and he's mining out the back as well, so he doesn't actually need to ever open this wall. He's only put these queens here as kind of like to not telegraph that he's just going to go the other direction.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job defending with these ground tempests.
Well, there's not a whole lot of flying units to really illustrate that, but yeah. All right, things are coming again.
Where'd the second queen go?
Went
Went back to the main. Oh, I thought.
Okay.
The health of one of the dying Zerglings went over top of the queen, so I thought the queen would have red and all the Lings were gonna run into the natural, and I was like, oh no.
Yikes. I really like that Kaiboy has these overlords kind of positioned in such a way that he can see everything, 1, as they leave the base, and then 2, kind of like, all right, you're exactly here, and then you're almost here, so that he knows when and where the Lings are. We haven't seen any Banelings come out yet from Seal. There hasn't been a huge bust to knock through that queen or anything. But,
no, there has been. It kind of seems like when Seal realized he wasn't going to be able to break that wall, he just decided to expand because his 3rd hatchery is considerably far ahead. Kaiboy's just started his, and Seal's is done.
Yeah. So I think this is looking good for Seal. Strong position. Getting that extra, having the extra hatchery just gives you that larva faster, so you can start droning faster, and all sorts of things.
Yeah, I'm a little worried here for Kaiboy. As much as they're in similar positions, if Seal decides to, hit all his injects and just go for a big push, he's gonna have more production than Kaiboy has.
Mm-hmm.
But these upgrades are definitely ahead. I don't know anything about how this is gonna go. I just like watching the roaches shoot at each other.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Seal's production tab, we don't see any more drones here. We just see a lot of roaches. We see those upgrades just now starting, which is kind of in conflict to me, right? If he's going to make all these roaches, I would imagine him to be pushing immediately, in which case these upgrades aren't going to finish by the time he pushes, right?
Sure.
But, yeah, whereas Kaiboy on the other hand delayed his hatchery, but he has +1 range, and he's going to have +1 armor probably about the time that the roaches all start engaging each other.
Yeah.
This queen getting a little off, a little too excited. Come back.
Ooh, okay. Roaches starting to vomit on each other at first here.
It's just reminding me of college. Oh, my drunk idiot friends.
Oh man, I still have a vivid memory of being on a marching band trip. Our women's basketball team made it to NCAA finals or whatever. So we were in Louisiana.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so I remember being in a room and we had a bottle of Everclear and
oh my.
That's enough said with that. But I just remember
that's the end of the story.
Holding a friend up because he was like, dude, I have to go to the bathroom. And I was like, all right, go to the bathroom. He's like, but I can't walk. And so I had to literally hold him while he was peeing. And then halfway through, he just starts vomiting while he's peeing.
God.
Okay, enough of that story. Let's get back to these vomiting roaches here. There's a lot more roaches for our red Zerg player. We got 38 roaches to the 17. Now, there's a nice concave, but I mean, these roaches are just running in, and yeah, the numbers I think are definitely doing it. The upgrades are helping. +1 armor is nice.
Kaiboy
got the
has
choke.
10 or 8 in production, so if he can hold on here for his +2 attack, he might be able to hold, but this is looking pretty dire.
Yeah, there's just too much stuff for red. Pulling the drones to assist with the fight, reinforcements are going to join up for Kaiboy, but I don't know about this one.
Yikes.
I mean, he has tunneling claws completing. Oh, no. Never mind.
I thought about it. It's gonna try to hold the top of this ramp with the concave, but I think once again we should see a tap out here shortly from Kaiboy. I think he's waiting for the last few Zerglings to pop. He's gonna try to kill as many of these units, but that's gonna do it, friends. All right, Eternal Sun taking game number 4 in the series, totaling 3-1. TJ, you got your game. That was good.
Yep.
And Zeno, you were close on that one. All of our players, I think, played well, and of course, all the players from Eternal Sunshine played well as well. But we'll have to wait until next time in order to get them. All right, I think that's going to do it here. I'm going to go ahead and let the stream wrap up. But thank both of you for helping me get this wonderful game coverage in here. And I look forward to doing more of this casting in the future.
Thanks for letting me kind of invite myself. That was fun.
Yeah, no, that was good. Of course, the more the merrier.
Absolutely. Want to let you guys go. You guys can wrap up, but I will see everyone next week for more ATL, hopefully, and have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, for sure. You as well.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Either you gonna stream? I guess probably not.